So that's even going to go down. And so even though And the salaries where Lisa was 70,000 and Patrick was 66 or wherever he was in there. Then next year I'm moving up to where Stacy will give each of them $2,000 a year for them two. So $5,000 a year is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Other people work.
How about I can make a motion to set the starting salary for treasurer at $70,000 and a motion to tack on $2,500 bonus from ARPA funds.
And then how much increase for you?
Well, we want at least two, right?
2.5.
72.
Two will bring it up.
We got negotiations.
What do you think? At least two.
I think it's 2.5.
Is that where you're gonna be in negotiations when we come up here?
Just looking that way. What is the 2,500
Yeah.
go into salary?
Too.
You just say 72.5 on the
Well,
salary?
there's gotta be some kind of increase.
We can't just,
These are good positions.
I know.
I'll second
Dude, they're
your
great, they're
motion.
great.
I'll second your
Was
motion.
that bonus for 1 year or for 2 years?
Okay,
I'll second.
so did you hear what I said?
June 3rd is the
I'm
deadline.
gonna say, I'll make
That's
a
180
motion for
days.
70 start
June
for the treasurer, a $2,500 bonus and a 2.5%
Well, that's
increase.
our main meeting, it's the last regular meeting, but you
Well,
can
that's
schedule
a,
meetings.
you know, I can make that
June 3rd
motion
is
for
180,
both, 2 years, that's just 2 years.
but we always do it. the meeting.
Okay, can you move it? Should we, know, what did tell talk?
John,
No, you already made a
Just made a
motion.
motion.
I know, but this,
once you guys
Move
get
the
this,
discussion.
and this guy's table till next month,
I already
but you'll have to make a decision.
Yes.
We're starting something, we'll see what happens. The rest of us got to vote.
Okay. Everybody, let's think on this a little more.
do you not want me to withdraw the motion?
I've never accepted it, so.
Okay.
Or a second, so.
Yeah, there's-
There it is.
Okay.
I can withdraw my motion.
Okay. If you don't mind, let's just table this. We will have to make a decision in our next meeting.
We're gonna have to have an early meeting.
Mr. Decker, are you rescinding your motion?
Yes, I'm second.
You mean we'll have to have a special meeting before next finance?
No, we.
No, you can go down right
We do it
there.
at the next finance meeting.
We can't go.
Yes.
Just don't put anything else on the agenda.
That's gonna-
June,
that's gonna
June
be done.
3rd is your deadline. June 3rd is 180 days.
Has to be done by.
You have
June
time.
3rd is the deadline, has to be done by.
Okay,
So
we'll
as long as we get
table it.
Through the May meeting, it'll be fine.
Right, I can have this.
Well, we have a lot of food for
It's
thought.
not gonna be easy. And I think it's hard to do this in committee with
You still want to do the energy contract?
a lot of people.
Yeah, we need to get that done now, it's done this month.
Yeah, that's it.
The other stuff, I don't know how critical that is. It's,
Yeah, we can move through that real quick.
okay.
Okay, the energy contract.
Are you in line? Okay, thank you. Just double check. Had a lot of conversation tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to make it quick.
Should I go as quickly as possible?
Yes.
through this? Yeah. So, I think everybody's gonna, I'll read through this, and then if you guys have any questions, feel free to call me or email me or do whatever later and just talk it out. But in short, so the last agreement that we did in 2019 worked very well. We anticipated saving about $15,000 over this. We ended up saving $13,000. And that's a rough estimate, as most of the slides that you guys have for the meters on hourly rate. You can't really tell exactly what that rate would be because it's an hourly index rate. So we haven't used some points here, but we think so far, we saved $15,000 on the electric portion. As far as the product choice that you guys have, we suggested moving away from having capacity pass through, which is just an ancillary cost, and we did a fully fixed contract. And by doing a fully fixed contract, I think we missed a lot of price surges, and for that reason, we would suggest not considering any other options at this point. The market is incredibly volatile, and passing through other things, you're just opening yourself up to double or triple your bill, which is not something that governmental entities really like to do. So moving down to the bottom of the page, we've got our two Excel sheets here. We ran the RFP, just like we Excel stack. So we ran the RFP, went out to every supplier, and we put that to a three-party shortlist, which is an agency supplier dynamic constellation. And the yellow row there, under the terms, those are the prices. They're the same for the top piece and the bottom piece. The top piece is projected on what the Ameren rate will be starting June for the summer. So, for instance, the 6-month term, the price there is 10 cents. The added spend for that, for the entire term for the 6 months would be $1,000 extra, and monthly that will cost $693 extra over what we think the utility will be. So that's not something that we suggest doing. However, that rate that we're projecting Ameren to be can change and fluctuate. So if things keep running off the rail like they are now, that number could change significantly. Then below that, we've got compared to your current agreement. A lot of people kind of shy away from saying, why are we comparing something we signed 3 years ago to the market choice? But I think it's important to at least give us a benchmark of what our expected cost increase will decrease. Unfortunately, I'm sure you guys are aware that everything is much more expensive these days, especially energy. So with your current contract at 6-month term, you're looking at a monthly increase in about $5,000. Over the term will be $31,000 and so on across from left to right. So then we can move to the next page. This is a lot of information. I'm just going to really hit the high points here and you guys can move through it at your own. The market is incredibly volatile right now. There's not a lot of direction that can be really any aspect, and while they're trying to turn that around, it's a big shift to turn around, and it's going to take some time and infrastructure and money, and a lot of companies aren't willing to dedicate any of those things because of the government really who wants to invest in the trying to shut down. So our commodity fundamentals right now, the weather neutral, economy neutral, but the big thing that we got going is the supply and demand. Gas inventories are down. We're back to withdrawing gas, where usually at this point in time we're injecting gas. So in Ameren especially, we use a lot of natural gas to generate electricity, and we don't have a lot of that gas, and that gas is really expensive. So therefore, the price of power is really high right now. So that's a whole write-up on fundamentals there. Nobody has really any questions about what you guys do that. And move on to the next page. This is our suggested renewal options, and I've listed 3. So the first option is a 6-month term option, and this is essentially a bridge contract. So if we're under the thought that the market is going to correct and go down a little bit, maybe taper off a few better pricing, the 6-month term would then take you from into the winter months, where historically, if there's a mild winter, you'll see some cheaper options. You'll be protected against the something called early blowouts. If the market drops, we're only on there for 6 months, and we can move to a new contract that's cheaper. You can lock in something long-term again. And the negative side of that is if the market continues to run like it has been, then if you take that 10-cent rate now, then 6 months from now, you might be looking at a 15-cent rate, and you're just looking at a more expensive market altogether. So there's definitely some risk there. The second option is a 24-month option. This is what, if we had to make one recommendation, this would be our recommendation. It's lower cost than the 6 to 12-month option. It's going to protect you against the market volatility as the 6-month will. And a lot of speculators think that you take a little bit to turn all this around, so they're thinking about 12 to 18 months, some are a bit longer. Additionally, I listed on there that there was a possible $1,000 credit on the invoice. Constellation is trying to bundle customers, so they're trying to offer gas and electric. You guys are currently receiving your natural gas through them. 24 months, that would give you a $1,000 credit on your first invoice, a one-time thing. On the negative side, it is expensive, but they're all expensive. So I thought I had to look at it, just so we're all aware that this is not cheap. And if the market does change while you're in this 20-month term, if you are stuck in this term, it would be expensive to unwind it. So there could be opportunity loss there. Option 3 always is there. It can always become utility. We don't recommend it at all. However, the positive side of it is it's not under any sort of contractual obligation in any way. And if the pricing drops, then you can sign with another supplier. If you want to do it all over with another RFP. And with hourly pricing, you might be saving if the market does go down a bit. On the negative side, this is a free market. So we see massive spike that we saw on page 1 where there's a little graph, that line graph there. If that event were to repeat itself, then you bill would multiply by 7 or 8 fold in 1 month or 2 months, or how many times that might happen. And ultimately, this is a social cost. The price of everything going up, and so eventually, we believe that while Ameren might offer slightly cheaper prices in maybe the next month or 2 or 3 months, eventually those prices will come up, and when those prices come up, the suppliers will follow suit. So when Ameren gets to 12 or 13 or 14 cents, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it did, then those suppliers will then also start offering 13, 14 cent prices, and so your 8-cent price right now is a really good idea. So that electric very quickly goes down. On the next page is a little bit about natural gas. All the indicators and approach and what we would suggest are almost identical with natural gas. So I'm not going to write it all out. If you guys are thinking of doing a bridge contract for 6 months, then I would suggest to do the same with natural gas in the same 12 or 24, 36 months. The only difference is natural gas expires in May and your electric expires in June. But as you can see, the rig count is dropped down and it's building back up. And again, going back to my point is we got to produce more, and there's got to be more investment in that to get those production numbers up. And at the bottom there, you can see that 12-month rolling strip. That black line, the one at the very top, is where the current market is, might be the red or dotted line down at the bottom is the 5-year average. That's how far we're up. And lots of folks are speculating that it's going to continue to decline pretty violently. So that's all of those 4 pages for you guys. I went real fast. I know there's probably a bunch of questions, so feel free to ask anything.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
My question is, as a new person, what is your company's pay for doing the work for this? How do you earn your benefit?
Yep, so our fee is included in the price. Sorry. Our fee is included in the price of all of these, and it's 0.001. So if you look at the 6-month term, for instance, it's 0.10253. So we're no fee would be 0.10153, and the supplier pays it directly. I think you're I think you're using about 60,000 kilowatt hours a month. So that'd be total dollars. Very rough, might be off, $200-$300, but I think about $720 is what we're using on that annually.
Okay, any other questions?
And the sheet that we got last month, or last week, is considerably different from this sheet. The bids, the supplier bids, of course, they were a month ago. And is that why there's such a difference in the rates than that was on the sheet from last
3
month?
degrees hotter up here.
Yes, if you look at page 4 on the.
You hold on to her, John. Hold on to her, I don't want circuit card going out the window.
Every day, suppliers are Fulton codes, we can go every day. So they'll offer pricing, and then we do on the $1 codes, we're not offering you have to reprice our the market's running so quickly.
So this electric
Do
grid,
that, I'm
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just wanted to also mention, if I forgot to say, prices, while they're, these are today's prices, we can't execute tonight because the market's closed. So if you guys approve, the, whatever price it is, you have to request it tomorrow morning, and that price is lower or higher. I don't think it would be significantly off, or we can look at movement either way, but just so you guys know.
Ponytail up, so my hair don't get-
So you're looking at Constellation for both gas and electric?
They're the cheapest, on both. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Make a motion to go with Constellation,
For the 24-month contract?
24-month contract.
Both.
I'll second.
What would that stage with utility until we saw where this went?
Just keep finding.
Yeah.
We're stuck.
It could run back as well.
Change state.
Well, exactly.
Everything else.
They seem to think it'll be 12 to 18 months.
Okay, Kessel moved, Beck seconded to go with the option 2, 24-month term, for gas and electric. The Constellation as, the top advice. Any discussion? Roll call.
Beck,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
McCollum,
No,
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Do you want him to call in before?
Thank you guys.
I don't think you need to call into the board meeting unless you care to call in case there's a question.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks so much. If you have
Everybody's here.
questions,
okay, very well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on, we have
He's
the
on the phone.
ordinance lost revenue standard allowance.
I got two people watching on YouTube.
Stacy, any comments on that, or what that is?
It's with ARPA when US Treasury changed the rules, so you could either as a county stay with what you were allotted your 6.6 plus million in those different buckets of criteria, or you can choose to do the resolution where it's standard allowance, and it gives you the flexibility of how you've already allocated the money. This is just a mechanism historically to put into writing. You're choosing standard allowance. So when I report this to Treasury by the end of the month, I have historical documentation that Fulton County is choosing standard allowance.
So this is just verifying what we're doing.
Correct.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Thompson,
Second.
second by Kessel. Roll call.
Beck,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, $10 mobile home local service tax enforcement act.
So when people do not pay their mobile home bill or their,
Yeah, he wants to come in.
when people do not pay their mobile home bill and their property tax bill and they are sold at tax sale, this is an additional cost associated with it. $10 for mobile home, that's the max by statute. $60 for real estate, that is the max by statute. What this will do is that will be tied to the parcels that are sold. It will go into a separate fund. Right now, when a sale and error comes through, their court ordered, a tax buyer purchases something at a tax sale, they decide they don't want it, it's usually in the 11th hour. All kinds of fees, charges, circuit clerk certified mail, sheriff certified, all of that, I have to take away from the taxing bodies and the county. If we had a sale and error fund, I could take, if that court order tells me to pay interest, I could take the interest and the fees associated with it out of the sale and error fund instead of away from the taxing districts and the county's check that goes to county general. It's a good thing, I promise.
Okay,
Motion to approve the resolution.
moved by Thompson, second by McCollum. Roll call.
Beck,
Yes.
Duquesne. Kessel.
Yes.
McCollum. Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson. Yes. Motion carries.
Okay, next one, $60 fee, property tax bill, delinquent tax sale.
Make a motion.
That's real estate that I talked about with mobile home.
Make a motion.
$60 for real
Moved
estate.
by Castle, second by Beck. Roll call.
Beck.
Yes.
Duquesne.
Yes.
Kessel.
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, $5 duplicate tax bill to mortgage lenders.
Okay, so what that is right now, the duplicate bill fee is just $1. That is money, if a mortgage company is paying a property owner's tax bill, they pay that quote unquote duplicate bill fee. And by statute, I could charge $5 for it. That money goes into my treasurer's automation, where I pay a lot of tax bill expenses out of one of my employees' hardship at her salary. So by statute, if I could charge it, I believe we should be charging the max amount and bringing in some more revenue. And it's not a property owner. I do not charge a property owner for a duplicate tax bill for anything. It's a mortgage company is paying that amount. They either buy the whole electronic file from me or they pay individual per parcel.
Okay.
Again, it's a good thing.
Okay, moved by Beck, second by Thompson. Roll call.
Beck.
Yes.
Duquesne.
Yes.
Kessel.
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Good. Transit, anything pressing, Audra? Treasurer's report, wait till the meetings.
Yes, sir.
Assessment report. Thank you. Executive session, not done. Miscellaneous, not done. Move to adjourn.
Yep.
Moved by Kessel, second by Beck. Roll call.
Beck.
Yes.
Duquesne. Kessel.
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson. Meeting adjourned. That's not good.
You only got one call. You only got one call. Probably Cindy. I just marked her off. All the roll calls. You're in the front row. You're in the front row. Moving up, Orly.
I'm here. I'm going to the.
You what?
I'm going to the.
Start the roll call in 1.5 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bring somebody into it right there. You got it.
I can fire.
Check her back.
Oh, I need lots of more. No matter what they say about it. And then no matter what they say about it.
I'm close.
Run down.
I am.
I would say I'm interested I assume I can just stand and preach a voice. All right.
Thanks for signing my name. I wonder how that applies. Huh? I wonder how that would apply.
You had good ones tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had plenty of time.
I figured you did.
Okay, everybody, let's settle down and get ready to roll here. We're running way late.
Ready?
So,
Arnett. Beck.
Here.
Barry.
here.
Bowler.
Here.
Clark.
Yes.
Duchesne. Duquesne.
Yes, here.
Hoke.
Here.
Hudson. Kessel.
Yep.
Coomer.
Yes.
Madsen.
Here.
McCollum.
Yes, here.
Metis.
Present.
Platt.
Here.
Spangler.
Here.
Taylor. Thompson.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
And Wilner. Wilner? No. Quorum present, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, tonight I have Shane Smith, the pastor, here to give the invocation. Would please?
Thank you. Gracious and mighty God, we come before you with gratitude and humility and hope. We are filled with gratitude for our many blessings and freedoms, for the citizens and residents of this wonderful county, for all the resources and the tremendous beauty of Fulton County. Humility, in addition to the wisdom and experience and expertise of our leaders, we recognize our need for divine wisdom, courage, and steadfastness. And we also come with hope, O Lord, because out of our gratitude and humility, we recall all your divine blessings, and we set our faces toward the business of this night with hope for the work of the board and with hope for the future of our beloved county, and communities, and people. Grant us wisdom and courage for leadership in this challenging hour. In the name of Christ the Lord, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to acceptance of the minutes of the regular session, March 8th, 2022. Motion by McCullum, second.
Second by who?
Oh, who was first? Oh,
Here's
Terry. McCullum, second. Roll call.
Okay, Bowler.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Duchesne.
Yes.
Duquesne.
Yes.
Hoke.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Kessel.
Yes.
Coomer.
Yes.
Madsen.
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Metis.
Yes.
Platt.
Yes.
Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Beck.
Yes.
And Barry.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Additions or deletions to the agenda approval. Under announcements and communications, we'll pull the Earl Allen Extension Office to be here next month.
It'll be here in June, but that's just the packet I handed out to everybody,
Oh, okay.
just the information.
All right. Okay, he'll get it to me. Okay. Anybody else?
John?
You're gonna pull your,
Nope, yeah, sorry.
your salaries?
Yeah, for under finance, number 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Okay. Making a motion? Motion by Mattson, second by Beck. Roll call.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hope, Hudson, Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
and Bowler.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Resolution for the Fulton County Disaster Proclamation. Governor expanded it for another month, so I'll need a motion to that. I want to roll through this stuff without having the clerk read anything unless you really want it read. We're way behind already. So, do what?
TV screen's on.
I know what. There's nothing on it anyway, except me. You can see my smiling face right up here. Okay. Need a motion to extend this for a month? By Mattson, second by Kessel. Roll call.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
and Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, resolution for Port Authority appointment of Nestor Mattson. Port Authority got a hold of us. Tony Rolando resigned and we needed a replacement, so Nestor finally stepped in and said he would do it. I dashed around a little bit and wouldn't want to do it.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Kessel,
Second.
second by Spangler. Roll call.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
and Duchesne.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, consent agenda. Motion by Bowler. Second by Thompson. Any discussion? Roll call.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yeah.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
and Duquesne.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moved on to action agenda, treasurer's report, Stacy.
Okay, got a lot to go over, so we'll talk really quickly since we're pressed for time. For the month of March, which we are in our fourth month of the fiscal year, for revenue, we have $1,469,360.76. Expenses, and this is just in county general, totaled $1,119,587.24. That gave us a surplus of $349,773.52. Right now, County Gen, 4 months into the fiscal year, is running a surplus of $423,436.95. Any questions about County General? On the fund summary, you're gonna notice at the bottom, I had prior year voids and why the expenses and the beginning balances are off. I'm working with Mindy in the county clerk's office. We have a lot of accounts payable checks that haven't been cashed. Mileage reimbursements, different things from employees, prior employees, board members, different vendors that we utilize. So we're cleaning all those up. I will be sending what can go to the state for unclaimed property. We're having employees clean everything up. Same thing on the payroll side. I'm moving the majority of our accounts that stuff pays out of to positive pay with the bank. It's an extra layer of protection. Once all that gets implemented, I will let you know, but it's a long, tedious process. I did not have time to mess with the prior year voids. Some of these voids were from 2016. So that will all be cleaned up for you for next month. Moving along on the comp of cash, where it always shows in terms of what we have for bank balances and investments, you're going to notice under the demand and time deposits, I have a category of other bank accounts. Those are 17 of the 19 bank accounts that our auditors identified that need to go through the county financials. So you as board members know what we have in terms of asset total. So this $405,151.54, that reflects my team and I backdating the data from December 1 of 2021, the beginning of our fiscal year, and taking care of December, January, and February. So of those 17 bank accounts that encompasses several different elected officials and other departments' bank accounts, that's the total in assets that encompasses the 405,000. If you have any more granular detail information you want on that, I can provide you what those accounts are on the bank balances. But I truly, truly ask that you go to that department head or elected official for the granular detail. I am not oversight on it. I'm merely the mechanism or the tool to get you in terms of what the county has in total assets of $33,654,773.05. Of that 33 million and change, I'm custodian of those funds. The 405,000 and change, other people are. So that's why I asked you to go directly to them because they know the ins and outs. That's not what I need that information for. Any questions on those other bank accounts?
Just a supporting statement for those other bank accounts. The reports from our other funds are included in your board packet every month, so that can dig you down deeper.
Yes.
And then if you have questions from there, holler at us.
Yes. I don't know the campgrounds other account at Mid-America, the Clayburg other 3 accounts. I don't know if those details are granulated down, but yes, the state's attorney, the sheriff, clerk, circuit clerk, the maintenance, and when that's not in there, but that's like 30,000 or something like that's about. So anyways, just check with those departments if you have any detailed questions, or come to me and I'll point you in the right direction. Moving along very quickly, it's time to fund mentally deficient and mental health. Those every year County General gives loans to those particular funds. We levy on their behalf. There is never enough money to cover them, so it's kind of like an internal tax anticipation warrant loan. Those are paid back by the end of the fiscal year. We have done it for not even certain how long, prior to my time. So it is all in the budget. Y'all approved the budget in November. So I just provided a letter to you of what I'm doing and when I do it. Yes.
I thought we had a problem with that last year and they were short and couldn't pay us back.
They were short paying, I paid that County General. It's 140 for mental health, from mental health to working cash. The working cash loan was the one I had to short 10,000. So mental health paid back working cash 130,000 and not the 140,000 that paid back all of the 225,000 that they had in the loan to County Gen. So I'm not certain how you're all that 10,000 recoupment will get, because I don't think it was sent into the levy for customers.
So we're gonna get short of 10,000 this year too,
Not from county gen,
but working cap.
potentially. It all depends on what those sale errors, certificate of errors, what all of the different adjustments are done, and refunds, different things with the tax collection process. What comes in as back tax and different things. If you remember, I provided a spreadsheet of all the levy, or all of the funds that we levy, what was put in the levy request, what amount was extended, and what amount was actually realized in revenue. And we had some hits last year with the power plant, the hospital refund, we took a beating. So, but yes, good memory, 10,000 effective working cash, not county gen. And it's in the budget and I had to do it. There wasn't enough money this past month in March to pay the bills that we're contractually liable to do.
It's not your fault in any way, but 10,000, I would guess the question is 10,000 just didn't come in, did it?
It didn't come in.
Okay.
It didn't come in last year. And mental health gets 140,000 from working cash and 120,000 from county gen. So since county gen is kind of our hot ticket item, I pay back the loans to county gen for shorter working cash. And we don't use working cash for anything but loaning mental health. So we'll circle back to that 10 grand. But right now, county gen gets some money. Does that help? Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay. Last but not least, audit will be wrapped up and the auditor will be presenting either in person or via phone, virtual, something next month. Work comp audit should almost be completed. OPEB actuarial audit, they're still tweaking on a couple of numbers and we're going back and forth. Those should hopefully be wrapped up soon. Super kudos to our assessor and county clerk because guess what I have? Property tax extension. So friendly mail from me will not be coming out soon, but I can't say enough for the work that the assessor and her team did and the clerk and I think just you work on extension, but this is a win for everyone. It is a win because my team, we're not having to work 12, 15-hour days to get tax bills cranked out in 2.5 seconds. And it's a huge win for the taxing districts because as soon as those can get out, I have not set my due date yet, but as soon as I can get tax bills to go out, that means we're collecting, which means that we're distributing and money is being put back into our community. I know nobody likes the friendly mail of the property tax bills, but I'm excited to say we are on time this year and it's Fulton County's doing something right. And I'm very, very proud of our property tax cycle. I know none of you want tax bills from me, but next month I will have a good idea when the due date will be. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, please. Okay, health. Laura.
I don't have much. Last I knew, the Clayburgh had one COVID case, but I believe it came in as that. I don't think we have any at this time, any concerns about spread in the facility. The health department is offering COVID vaccine clinics, including for the second booster that was approved for those 50 and over. And they're doing a lot of walk-in clinics right now. I think the only ones we're doing appointments for right now may be the pediatric ones. And I think numbers in Fulton County, last I looked really good, but they're going up in the cities. So, we'll probably see it again here. And Roger has been taking the lead on getting some information in to replace the parking lot at the Clayburgh because there are some big potholes and water drainage issues and stuff. So Roger's been helping get that taken care of. Questions? Yes.
Dan.
How many residents down Clayburgh now?
Last I knew, 39.
39.
Mm-hmm. We have to keep a couple of rooms separate in case we do have to have isolation.
Right.
So we can't be at full capacity right now, but I think they said we had 5 that were sort of in the waiting to be discharged to us, maybe from hospitals or other facilities. So hopefully we can get that number back up as much as we can, but I don't think we can hit our max at this point with having isolation in place, or needing, in case we have to have isolation in place.
Okay, thank you. Highway, Nestor.
What that?
County Highway #2, bridge between Ellisville and London Mills over Coal Creek's closed. They're rehabbing the bridge, building a new one. And the crew's been out grading, doing some grading and filling potholes and trying to keep ahead of the soft spots and stuff. So that's about all I have.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, on the County 2 bridge closure, some of the mapping programs don't show that that road is closed or a problem. What's the procedure to get all these different mapping programs to know that?
How
much time you got?
Well, we've got a press release out to the public and through the Facebook and on the website. And we've added, there's probably 6 signs. I mean, every side road going up to it has a sign. I know Chris was trying, maybe going through Google to get that shown in the block.
Have you ever
Okay,
talked to a wooden wall?
Yeah.
A lot like talking to Google, but one thing that's really important to note is the ambulances, police cars. And I would bet the farm, the fire departments, they use what's called Crew Force, CAD Mobile, or CAD. So when they're routed to a call, they don't use Google Maps, they use our mapping, which then routes them around the bridge closure because the highway department is trying to, in all seriousness, say, hey, we're closing this bridge, it's critical for us to know. And then we post that at both 911 centers, so if another department's coming in, they'll be notified, hey, County 2 XYZ is closing the valley around.
Yeah.
Valley schools, they know about it, they've been contacted well ahead of time.
Yeah, in May, there's gonna be like a scenic drive, so there'll be a lot of people from out of town that don't know about it.
From the north, they've got a sign on 116, kind of out of 20, Young Road, School Church Road. From the south, we've got one at Midway, Blighton, which is Route 9. We've got one at the 4-way, it's also Blacktop, and at US Strip. So, I mean, they're type 3 barricades on the edge of the road there.
We do regular dumps to Google, but I mean, literally, it's like.
Yeah, I didn't know what the procedure was that, you know,
It's
you
tempting.
to do that.
Chris does a good job of getting our information out for road closures and just not just for the highway department. You see stuff on Facebook and stuff that Chris puts out, letting people know what's going on in the county. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on. Public safety and campground, Mary.
Yeah, opportunity.
There's a microphone down there.
Put it close to your mouth.
The sheriff's department, he has surplus property. He had these old radios and put it more or less an ad out to the whole county, state of Illinois, and Bureau County will be picking up those old radios. He has 4 new squad cars and he will be having 4 cars for bid auction. Campground, there are flyers out, come fly a kite at the campground. It's going to be April. Participants will receive a kite to decorate, to fly it, and then take it home. And all children must be accompanied by parents. He also is having a playground installed, which is scheduled for the end of July. And at the present time, they're putting a new dump station. So that's about it.
Any questions for her? All right, thank you.
Sorry, didn't mean to
Sorry.
Okay, property reports. Arnett is not here.
I am.
Maxon? No?
I am.
Okay.
the property meeting, we discussed the removal of trees that are causing issues with the air conditioner, as it is for the courthouse. One of the trees in question is a pine tree. The needles are getting into the air conditioners and causing repairs. We're all in favor of trimming the remaining trees and the removal of two trees, but several members are not in favor of the removal of the health due to pine tree. They prefer to have the trees trimmed fairly high, removing all the lower branches. Justin, I gotta talk about something else on that, prevailing wage.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's here, is he?
Who's that?
Justin.
Oh, he's on the phone. Justin?
Justin, we need to talk about the prevailing wage on this job.
You want me to talk about prevailing wage?
Yeah, I know what the prevailing wage is, but I want you to discuss it.
He's wanting to know if they have to use the prevailing wage on the tree
removal.
Well, the way I read the statute, it's for construction or deconstruction, neither of which is trimming trees.
That's right.
But if you got questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them, but I mean, that's my take on it.
It goes under the landscape and construction.
So they got to be bonded and.
They gotta be bonded, the whole works.
Okay, well, that it could be. I just read the statute and I looked up some case law. I'd take another look at it if that's what you want me to do.
And who we approved for was the county, Fulton County Tree Service for the job. And they're the only ones. They're the only ones that turned in insurance.
Okay.
And I need from Roger the clarification of which two trees. I know the pine tree is one. What's the other one?
There's one there that is damaged, and I don't know which one it is. Yeah,
the very first one.
I'm very familiar with the trees out here, the discussion that we've had. This pine tree on the corner is causing our maintenance engineer a lot of issues with these air conditioners because these pine needles are falling in there. I kind of thought this would be a kind of a slam dunk discussion. So at the executive, they asked me to say this. There's 3 other trees in a row right here in front of the air conditioners. The one on the far east is damaged and twisted. And honestly, I'm surprised it still lived after, or still alive after that storm that came through a few years ago. So they were asking, keep in the courthouse, what I would do. That corner tree would be down in a heartbeat, and it still can be. I just thought the board could handle this without too much issue. The one on the very east side really needs to come down before it falls. The other 2 can be trimmed. And if you guys were here 10 years ago when we trimmed these front ones, that was a 9th pair, and I took a rash about it, but I did it anyway, and now look at it, review. The stuff needs maintenance just like everything else, and you put thousands of dollars in air conditioning units that you can't let get damaged. That was what I was told to come say.
I make a motion, we follow the sheriff's suggestion.
Second that.
I have no idea what these bids are, just so.
No, but we follow the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, not maybe.
Kessel and Berry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna cut,
No, it was McCollum, sorry.
okay, so
That was BJ.
we're gonna cut the evergreen tree and the one tree that's farthest to the east before you get to the sidewalk. There's another one on the way down the corner, but not that one. Right there, right. It's about the 3rd tree from the pine tree. 3 right in the middle in front of the air conditioning units. And then trim the rest of them.
My motion was to follow that plan. I don't know about the bids. I don't know anything about that. I'm just saying, I think we need to do what the keeper of the
The
courthouse
bid for that one
suggests.
from that Spoon River was $37.50. I think it was. So, okay, any other discussion? Oh,
I'm probably the biggest tree lover in this court today. But I also know that they can be a nuisance if they're in the wrong place. And it's our job as the county board to protect the property of the county, and that is those air conditioners. to make them live as long as possible. There's another reason to take that pine tree out, it's a fire hazard. Pine trees go up like related, if there's a fire. Also, they can damage the foundations and the basements and the floors of buildings. Now, I know we've got a damaged floor in the county clerk's office. That could be tree roots. I don't know what else it could possibly be after this building has been here that long. So you've got to be wise in planting trees in the appropriate place and then taking care of it. So I would suggest that we do whatever is necessary to protect the courthouse and the surrounding buildings of the people across the street. A big enough tree can get cars and buildings across the street, which would get a county sued. But also, planting trees is not a willy-nilly thing. You've got to know what's going to be above them, what's below them, and how close they are to things that they can damage, and they can do a lot of damage. They can push a basement.
Well, what you're saying to me, we just might as well tear them all out.
No, I'm not. I would never want to tear them all out. But you still have to use our heads and protect the property we have. And if you like trees, and I'm all for it, let's all go out and plant some trees, but not where they're gonna damage a building or be in the highline wires. You've seen the utility companies come through and butcher trees.
Based on what your understanding of trees are, how do you feel about just removing all four perspective?
I'd have to go look at them again. I've been, out of it for a little while, but,
Sheriff, what do you think about the removal of all four of the trees in the basement?
You got a motion.
I mean, based on the fact that you've looked at trees for years.
I don't know those trees out there are affecting anything underneath. There's that tunnel that runs, but I've never known any roots to be in it.
Okay.
If that was the case, we would have seen that years ago, but, Bill's the one that tells me about it. He's never told me that he's seen roots in that tunnel system that runs right by there.
So then where Laura's recommendation is at is we're right about where we need to be right now.
I walked this property with Bill Smith this morning to ask what his issues were. Those two trees were his issues. And honestly, you ought to just trim what you can trim to make it, it's gonna look bad for this summer probably, but it's gonna look great next year.
what kind are they?
What's that?
What kind of trees?
Those are maple, I believe.
Hard or soft?
I would assume for no bigger than they are, they're hard.
They're hard.
And if they were gonna be
They have a
so
season.
those were planted from the Bar Association in about 1960 something as part of a Boy Scout troop. And, stuff needs to be addressed within 50 years, so.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Is there any other? All right, call roll.
Hudson. Hudson.
What are we voting on?
Following the sheriff's plan.
Cutting 2 trees and trimming the other 12. I think that's 12. I don't, somewhere.
Cutting down two trees and trimming the rest.
Beautiful. Kessel.
Yep.
Coomer.
Yes.
Madsen.
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Metis.
Yes.
Platt.
Yes.
Spangler.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Beck.
Yes.
Berry.
Yes.
Bowler.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Duchesne.
Yes.
Duquesne.
Yes.
And Hoke.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Anything else?
We also discussed the increase of the AEP energy rates. That's all she wrote.
I got
All right. All I got to do, right?
That's it. Okay, P&L, Thompson.
I have nothing tonight.
No wonder it's gonna storm tonight. All right. Finance. Spangler. Run.
Okay. Our first
resolution here has to do with our ARPA funds. The finance committee has put a lot of time into this and has looked at a lot of requests and has, we just decided to send it all to you. And as you already know, we have already allotted $2 million to go towards the county department, new building for them. And we also did the $750,000 for the community, for the grants through spread. And just a reminder, we have a total of $6.7 million of ARPA money. So we recommend spending $2,207,165 of the ARPA allocations for Spoon River Scenic Drive, $40,000. HVAC upgrades and new ambulance, $267,000. And the HVAC upgrades, that's to the Boyd building. Is that right? One more time.
Base 2 in Astoria.
That's right.
Same thing.
No.
Then a new tower at Fairview for ETSD, $190,000.
That's big.
Then the Fulton County Clerk has asked for money to digitize records and for the expense of an election website. That's $78,000, $665. Fulton County Fairgrounds bathroom project, $300,000. Fulton County Sheriff, he gave us a list of projects and hazard pay for $600,000. Dunfermline Lane, water and sewer hydrant installation, $16,000. Vermont water plant, $30,000. The old Cuba High School, they're using the gym a lot for a community center and different events, and it needs a new HVAC, $23,000. The Ellisville Opera House, they're trying to put in a lift and to get upstairs to there, $30,000. The courthouse for repairs for roof and new windows and something else. I'm not forgetting. Another air conditioner, bell tower.
I think that's included in that.
$575,000. And then, as I said, we've already allocated $750,000 to our grant program for the Spoon River, or with Spoon River Partnership for Economic Development. And Cole reported to me they have given out, I believe it was 70 grants so far, and they have actually, they needed $57,500 to, they had 10 more grants that we did not have enough money to fund. And we decided for that amount, we would recommend going ahead and, adding that to to what we already gave them to fund those 10 projects. And then everybody that applied through that program that met the criteria would get money. And I'll tell you what, they've done a great job with that program, and it's really doing a lot of good. So yeah, that's it. I'll move that we go ahead and allocate those funds.
Second by Maxon.
I don't have.
Any discussion? Danny?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask the, on the 40,000 that was allocated for Spoon River Scenic Drive, what was that being allocated for them?
That was, they were asking to do a lot more marketing, and because, the past couple of years really hurt them, and they did not bring in the funds that they had, and they're trying to expand, the drive more. Can't remember what the sheet all had. A lot of it was marketing.
Okay.
Cindy is on, head of that committee.
I think this is
She
half of
brought
what they
that to
asked
us.
for, maybe.
Yeah, they asked for twice as much.
Yeah. Donna?
Donna,
It says the old Cuba High School, HVAC, 43,000.
23,000.
Which school is that? The one on Polk or the one on Main?
The old high school. Or junior high.
The old high school's a junior high, it's still a school, so it must be these old grades. They had the daycare and the old elementary.
When you come to the stop sign, right in front.
Right in front. Yeah.
That's still a school.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. My kids go there, or my grandkids go there. Up to
It is,
fifth grade.
that's still a school.
That's a school. They gotta be talking about the old elementary on Fulton, the old football.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's where I'm taking a lot of problems.
I'm
Unless
sorry.
I'm getting the wool pulled from my eyes. I was a slave labor and I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
You're right.
This is in Cuba. Did the city of Cuba get any of these ARPA funds?
Did what?
Do the cities in Fulton
Yes.
County,
Every city got,
ARPA funds? too?
yes. Yep.
Did they apply for it?
Oh, they got their own ARPA.
They got their own, not through us. Every city got a certain allowance.
She's asking why this group didn't ask the city for money, I think.
I didn't hear you.
Are you asking why they didn't ask for this money through the city?
Yeah. I mean, you
I
don't
don't
know because they did.
Well, it got like $150,000.
I don't think it was that.
I'm not sure it was that much either, but it was considerably less.
Yeah. I don't know what Cuba, like Liston only got 200,000, so.
Yeah.
I don't know what Cuba, they probably got less than that.
Yeah, probably right.
Okay, anybody else? All right, call roll.
Kessel,
Yep.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
No.
and Hudson.
No.
Okay, moving on.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry. Our next is an ordinance for lost revenue standard allowance. This is basically saying what we are doing with the ARPA money. They changed the rules kind of midstream here on us that we were able to do a lot of these things that we wanted to by taking the standard allowance on lost revenue. So that's all this is.
You got a motion?
Yes, I move that we go ahead with this ordinance.
Second. Motion by Spangler, second by Beck. Discussion. Call roll.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
and Hudson,
Yes.
and Kessel.
Yep.
Motion carried.
Okay, these next three, we'll do the first one here, the resolution for $5 tax bill to mortgage lenders. I move we go ahead with that.
Spangler, second by Thompson. Discussion.
Most of you were probably in here when we were discussing this since finance went way long. Is there anybody else who wants Stacy to explain these? If not,
All right, call roll.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, next one's resolution, $10 fee for mobile home local service tax enforcement act. I'll move we approve the resolution.
Motion by Spangler, second by Duquesne. Discussion.
Any questions?
Roll call.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, and the last one, we have a resolution for a $60 fee, property tax code, delinquent tax sale. I'll move to approve the resolution.
Second.
Second by Kessel. Discussion? Call roll.
Metis,
Yes.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yep.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, then we're skipping over 6, 7, and 8 for right now. And the last one are Decod Energy gas and electric contract. I'll move we approve a 2-year contract again with Decod Energy for gas and electric.
Second.
Second by Kessel. Discussion?
We, during the finance committee, we had a representative from them on, and he went over different options with us for just doing a 6-month contract or a 2-year contract or doing nothing and just seeing what happens. And they recommended the 2-year contract, and we felt that that was the safest thing to do too. So that was what we decided to go with as the finance committee.
Okay. Call roll.
Platt,
Yes.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Kessel,
Yep.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Community Development Board.
Nothing for board action.
Okay, no executive session. In your packet, I have update to the committee list, P&L. I'm going to replace Paul with Duquesne. Got the Harvey Elemental Regional Report District, Master Match, we already did that one. And then negotiations. Kessel thought, because a lot of times we'll meet in the afternoon, that she didn't think she'd be able to make them meetings. And so I'm going to replace her with Spangler. And then Hall was on that committee. I'm going to replace him with Thompson. So I could have a motion to approve that.
Who'd you get, Ron?
McCollum. Second, Thompson. Roll call.
Spangler,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne, Duquesne,
Yes.
Hoke,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yeah.
Kessel,
Yes.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Metis,
Yes.
and Platt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, big motion.
Before we adjourn, just, I just wanted to let the county board know, how successful your small business grant program was. Many compliments out there. It touched every single part of the county. And when we reported that we were going to fund every grant that was eligible, in my opinion, it became the best small business grant program in the state of Illinois. So give yourselves a round of applause on that one.
And thanks to Cole for doing our work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holding on board.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Cindy says the sign-in sheet, where was that? Okay. Make sure everybody signs before they leave. Okay, any motion to adjourn? McCain, second by Bowler. Roll call.
Bowler.
Yeah. McCain and Bowler.
Okay, we'll start this with Thompson,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Berry, Bowler,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Duchesne, Duquesne,
Yes.
Oak, Hudson, Kessel,
Yep.
Coomer,
Yes.
Madsen,
Yes.
McCollum,
Yes.
Meadus,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
and Spangler. And Spangler. And Spangler. You're adjourned, Mr. Chairman. You're adjourned.
Can I get some more petitions for an election?
Petitions were due in the office.
Yeah, but you got some that's gonna be after primary.
Yeah, but what you should do is file a statement of intent to be a write-in.
I'm not me.
It's one paper, they need to fill out, have it notarized.
I mean, they don't have to put no
There's
petition.
no petitions,
Why not?
because they have to run it as a write-in. They have to get 30 votes. But, so they have to get the same amount of votes as you had to get on a.
So just come to the county and get.
We accept those, the write-in affidavits till the 27th. So in 2 weeks. So just say, is it for county board? Okay. Then, yeah. 25.
They still gotta have the same thing. What we have.
They just have to have, and instead of getting 25 partisan signatures, they gotta get 25 partisan people to write their names in and vote.
Okay.
So
Now I understand. I know what you're saying.
So it's a little more, but if you do it in the primary, then your name goes on the ballot in November for the general.
Right.
So,
Okay.
all right.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, you said that.
Maybe I didn't quite catch everyone. You said it was the best in the state of Illinois.
Because it was streamlined. There was proper planning. There wasn't the bureaucracy involved. Cole McDaniel was a major asset to the program. The county board graciously allocated the money. The program was modeled after some of these statewide grants, but we were able to, I guess, learn from some of the other grant programs, improve upon them, and most importantly, something tonight, it's the only program that I know of that funded every application that was eligible.
Okay.
And it was very diverse geographically.
Yeah. That's good for you, man.
I mean, still disgusting. You really need to do it.
Second.
Well, I was going to, but you can't.